Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is the day that the Lord has made, and we are definitely rejoicing, and we're glad in it. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. Welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. I am your host, Ramonepreston. If you are coming on during this live show today, I want you to do your boy a favor. I want you to hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody and let them know Ramon, the squad, and the Ramonepreston Show. We are live right here in the beautiful Buckhead community of Atlanta today. What an amazing week it has been. And guess what? It has been an amazing Wednesday, W-I-N-S day so far. I want to say thank you to all of you that continue to support the Ramonepreston Show. My goal, my objective, my dream, my desire is to do everything that I possibly can do to assist you in creating generational wealth for you and for your family. So with that being said, again, please hit the like button, hit the share button, tag Lolly Dolly everybody. Let them know that the Ramonepreston Show is live on this beautiful Wednesday, December the 14th, 2022. We only have about 17 days remaining in the year, and we're going to do everything that we possibly can do to end this year strong. I want you to put in the comments what city you're watching me from. I would love to know what city you're watching your boy from, who you representing today. Put in the comments what city you're watching me from. Today, I'm going to be talking to you about connecting your dreams to daily disciplines, connecting your dreams to daily disciplines. So while you're putting in the comments what city you're watching me from, I want to say welcome to the Ramonepreston Show. If you don't know, now you know. My name is Ramonepreston, and I am your host of the Ramonepreston Show. Trying to write and talk at the same time. And every Monday through Friday, right here on the Ramonepreston Show, I show up here to share information with you, 12 o'clock noon Eastern Standard Time. And the information that I share with you is really designed to help you start, structure, and scale your business, ministry, if you have a ministry, income stream, and even your wealth building dreams. And so today I want to talk to you about connecting your dreams to your daily disciplines. Connecting your dreams to your daily discipline. So I want to walk you through a few steps today, especially if you haven't had a chance to watch yesterday's show and the day before. For the past 2 days, I've been talking about things that you really have to make sense of and figure out way before you get into a new calendar year. And so this is like the third day of discussions that I'm having on things that are really central to your success for the coming year. So let me give you an example. Monday, I talked about the wealth decision and how everybody, especially entrepreneurs, have to make wealth decisions. And making the wealth decision is really about deciding to be financially free. That's a decision you got to make. Even when you ain't financially free, even when you're struggling financially, you still got to make the wealth decision to say, you know what? I want to be free. I want freedom. And I want to be free to do the things that I want to do without financial restrictions. Because when that decision is made, now it's going to require you to develop daily disciplines. That's what it's going to require you to do. A lot of people who say, I want to be rich, I want to be financially free, I want to become a millionaire, I want to have a whole lot of money and get wealthy. A lot of people who say those things, they never make a wealth decision to want that freedom, because when you make the decision to want that freedom, now you have to equally make the decision to sacrifice and to do the things that are necessary with your daily disciplines to actually live in that freedom, if what I'm saying is making sense to you. And so I talked about that Monday. Yesterday, I talked about how to schedule your day as an entrepreneur, Because, okay, when you make the wealth decision, let's say you make the decision today, you want to be wealthy, you want to be rich, you want to be a millionaire, you want to be financially free, you want to have a business that's thriving and successful, and you want to be able to do the things you want to do with no financial restrictions. Okay, well, let's assume you made that decision. Let's say that you're going to make that decision today. Even if you made it before, you're going to make it again today. All right, now what is the next thing to do? Well, the next thing to do is for you to take every day and scale it. Like literally maximize every opportunity you have each day. And in order for you to really maximize every opportunity you have each day, like today is a day that you can maximize every opportunity. If you around here talking about, well, I want to do this in 2023, and I want to do that in 2023, and in the new year, at the top of the year, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. You missing the whole memo of what I'm talking about. You got 17 more days in this year, and if you started doing certain things today, do you not know that your life could be different in 17 days? And that's what I want to challenge you to do. But again, you got to make the wealth decision that you want to get financially free. I've been telling my whole family, everybody that's around me, I'm pushing everybody around me this year. I'm challenging everybody, and I ain't waiting to 2023. I'm telling everybody around me now, I'm not supporting you. I am not going to be available for you. I'm not going to even be in your presence if you ain't doing what you need to do every day to get to freedom. If that ain't important to you, you ain't important to me. Point blank, period. I'm going to say it again. If your financial freedom, if your economic stability, if your legacy, if that ain't important to you, you ain't going to be important to me, because I've made the wealth decision. I got somewhere I want to go because it's things that I want to do, and I'm not going to be doing these things with people who ain't willing to do what they need to do for themselves. All right? So with that being said, we want to look at how do we connect our dreams to our daily disciplines. Okay? I don't even know if I spelled discipline right. I think I spelled disciples. Wow. Daily disciplines. How do you connect your dreams to your daily disciplines? Well, first of all, we need to define what dreams are. What are your dreams? Your dreams are things that you want to accomplish in life. Your dreams are the things that you fantasize about. Cars you want to drive, houses you want to live in, churches you want to plant, like me, buildings that you want to acquire, countries you want to travel to, children and communities that you want to help, people that you want to serve. All these things are part of your dreams. And you don't have to give up on your dreams, but you have to be willing to give up everything for your dreams. Did you hear what I said? I'm going to say it again just in case you missed it. You don't have to give up on your dreams, but you sure going to have to give up everything for your dreams. And if you're willing to give up everything for your dreams, it's going to be important for you to figure out, how do I connect my dreams to my daily disciplines? Because see, I'm at a point in my life right now, and I think everybody get to that point. Somebody told me last week, they was like, the way you talking, we think you just got to a point in your life where you're just ready for more. You sound like you're just ready for something else, and you know what you want, and God has been dealing with you about it. And I'm like, you're right. God has been dealing with me. God has been tugging on my heart to go to that next level. And I'm thinking differently, but that's a part of your growth. That's a part of your development. So we want to connect our dreams, those things that we know we want to see happen and we desire to see them, and they're deep seated in our hearts. Okay. It might not be all about just you making money, but it has a lot to do with you making money. So don't fool yourself and say, well, you know what? I just want to be happy. I just want to help people. I just want to live comfortable. Yeah, but all the things you talking about you want to do, most of them have to do with you having money. Because if you ain't got no money, you ain't happy. You ain't at peace. You might be a little happy without money, but you ain't really at peace if you got bills and you struggling. And we want to get past that. So we want to connect our dreams to our daily disciplines. We want to connect our dreams to our daily disciplines. And what was I talking about yesterday? I was talking about scheduling your days. And in order for you to really develop daily disciplines, you got to have a big dream. See, some of you don't have dreams big enough. And because you don't have dreams big enough, you don't have the incentive to hang in there through the challenges long enough. Do you get what I'm saying? See, if your dreams are big enough, like if you see the prize on the other side of your challenge and your prize is real big, you ain't gonna really give up that easy because you know you want to get to that prize. And so everything starts with you making the wealth decision. Everything starts with you making the wealth decision. Everything starts with you making the conscious and probably the unconscious, subconscious decision to be wealthy, or to at least be financially free enough that you can do the things you want to do. You can go to places you want to go. This is how you're going to create. This is how you're going to create the life that you want. Okay. And this is how you're going to connect your dreams to your daily disciplines. You have to make the wealth decision. Okay. And this is really kind of part of your New Year's resolution. So if you're one of those people that you always put New Year's resolutions together, this is really going to help you. You got to make the wealth decision. If you're going to figure out the best formula to connect your dreams to your daily disciplines, it starts with you first making the decision that I want it all. I want to be blessed. I want to be rich or a millionaire and be financially free. And I want to help people and serve and want to grow my business. You got to want this and you got to make the decision on it. Okay. Once you do that, now you have to take a look at your dreams. You have to take a look at your dreams. You have to take a look at your dreams. Now, why do I say take a look at your dreams? Because maybe you had dreams and you gave up on them because of what you went through in your life. I know how that feels because I gave up on a lot of my childhood dreams. I remember I used to sing the song, I Want to Be Rich. I used to watch, I think it was a cartoon called Richie Rich. And I just always wanted more when I was a child. I always wanted to be rich. I wanted dirt bikes and four-wheelers and motorcycles and a big house, and I wanted to have a lake and be able to go fishing and hunting and all that stuff when I was in South Florida growing up as a child. And I seen some people in other communities that had some of the things that I wish I had. And I always wondered, man, how did they get that? I wish I could get it. Why I don't have it? But I was a child. I didn't understand the dynamics of how people had the financial freedom that they had. Okay. And this was really with people outside of my community. When I would watch people on TV growing up, and I would be like, man, I wish I had that. I wish I had that. You watch shows growing up like I did, The Lifestyle of Rich and Famous. Now we got shows like, you know, Housewives or Love and Hip Hop, and we got reality shows. And a lot of these shows show you how people are living who have become financially free, or who have come across enough celebrity and enough notoriety that they are able to have a different lifestyle. So when you make the wealth decision, when you make the decision in your heart that I got to get committed to getting money, I got to get committed to getting financially free, I got to get myself together, I want to be at peace financially, I do not want to struggle, I want to be able to take care of my family, I don't want to go through this no more. Make that wealth decision. Once you make that decision, now you need to look at your dreams, okay? So you need to look at your dreams. And guess what? You're either looking at dreams that you had, that you gave up on, or you're going to have to create new dreams. It's okay to create new dreams. You might be at a point in your life where you just want to hit the reset button and say, you know what? I don't even want the things I wanted 20 years ago. Well, guess what? You might not have nothing to look at when it comes to your dreams. Therefore, you're just going to have to create new dreams. How do I create new dreams? Well, I sit down or stand up or walk or do whatever you got to do. But you have to conceive You have to wrap your mind around the things you wish to accomplish in life. You have to wrap your mind around the dreams or the things you wish to have in your life. What type of life do you want to live? What is the quality of life that you want to live? What are the things that you see other people doing or having or experiencing that you wish you had, you were doing, or you were experiencing? And you start taking inventory of those things, and you make sure that they are so big that it's probably going to take your whole life for you to fulfill some of them. But that's what a dream is. Think about when you sit down sometimes and you start daydreaming. What are you doing? You daydreaming. You imagining yourself on an island, ain't working, on vacation, you chilling, you spending money, or you go to the mall and you just shopping and buying the stuff you want to buy, doing the stuff you want to do. You paying bills and you don't even worry about the money that you spend to pay bills. Your kids are good, your spouse is good, everything is good. Well, these are dreams. You're daydreaming. Maybe you have dreams at night about living a certain life. Well, guess what? You want to jot those dreams down. You want to take inventory of those dreams, because this is one of the things that you're going to have to do if you're going to connect your dreams to your daily disciplines. Now, once you get a list of dreams, things that are so big that you know it's going to take you your whole life to accomplish, then you want to set some goals. You want to set some goals. Now, the reason why you want to set goals is because your goals, if you follow me long enough, you know I describe goals as dreams with a plan. So you don't have a goal unless you have a dream that you put a plan. So now, in order for you to set goals, you got to look at all your dreams and you have to figure out, what plan do I need to put to my dream? What plan of action? So for example, one of my dreams is to own a jet. That's a dream of mine. I really dream of owning a jet. Okay? But in order for me to own a jet as a dream, I would have already had to make the wealth decision. So I had to make the wealth decision. Man, I want to be wealthy. I want to be popular. I want to be known. I want to be big. I want to travel the world. I want to do so many things. I want to have so much activity going on that my life is just fulfilled. Guess what? I made that decision. Now I'm dreaming. Wow, how am I going to be able to accomplish that? Well, I got to have a lot of money, but I also need transportation. I would love to have a jet. So that's a dream of mine. Okay, but now I need to set goals. How am I going to get to that jet? Well, I ain't going to get to that jet around here twiddling my thumbs, slow poking, waiting for somebody to make something happen for me. No, I'm going to get to my dreams because I'm going to get up every day. Here's my daily disciplines. I got to connect that dream to my daily disciplines. So every day I wake up, when I start tripping and getting thrown off and getting distracted and preoccupied or goofing off on social media, and I catch myself, I'm like, this is not what you're going to be able to do if you're going to get to that dream. You ain't going to have no jet doing this, bro. You got to tighten up. And so now I have to put a plan. I have to put a plan to my goals, because when you set goals, what you're doing is you're putting plans with your dreams, or to your dreams rather. Does that make sense? You're putting plans to your dreams. That's what a goal is. You're putting plans to your dreams. All right, we got a question on YouTube. Let me answer the question. Alex, what's up, my man? Good to see you back on here today. His question is, what plan of action would you recommend for me? I'm 18 years old. I'm working a full-time W-2 job. Should I focus on my career and get a higher income, cash flow before starting a business? Or start a business now with no money, little to no money? No, bruh, I'll work on educating myself. Like, I'll stay on that job. I'll work on educating myself about finances, about money, about business. This is the time that you need to start educating yourself. Because if you're educating yourself, you're going to do different things with the W-2 money you're making on your job. Because if you don't have the right education about money and finances and wealth and investments, like all these economic principles that you need to learn, you got to learn them while you're working your job. If you don't, and then you start a business, it's a great thing to start a business. But if you don't have the education and the training and the information that people like me teach, because you have not invested into that, you're going to just take what you know and go into business. And you're not going to produce in business because you didn't have the education and training to produce more on your job. So while you're on your job, this is the time for you to accept the fact that, okay, I got stable income, consistent income because I have a job. And while I'm here, I need to start learning more about money. I need to start learning more about selling myself, marketing myself. I need to learn more about how can I take my entrepreneurial ideas and my capabilities and work them into my job to make more money. Like I did that. Like when I had a job, I used to go to my manager and say, listen, any day that you need me to come in and work, I'll come in and work. This is what I did with the last job I had, okay? The last job I had, I went to my manager and I said, if anybody calls in, I used to cook for a living, and I used to tell my manager, anybody that calls in, I want you to let me know, I'll come in and work for them. And I used to go to everybody else in the kitchen who had other jobs. Like I literally used to go to dishwashers and tell them, if y'all don't come to work, if you can't come to work, call me and let me know. I'll be more than happy to come in for you. I really liked coming in for the dishwashers because I used to get paid as a cook. So imagine me getting paid as a cook, but I'm coming in to wash dishes. I was like, I'm cool with that. I'm getting paid way more than they getting paid just to come in and do their job. And so what happened was, within the first week or two of me getting that job that I had as a cook, my manager used to call me. Hey, I need you to come in. Can you get there in an hour? I can get there in an hour. They used to call me 4 in the morning to get there by 5. They used to call me in the afternoon to get there by 7. I didn't care. And so I got to a point where on my job, I took my hustle, my entrepreneurial skill set, and I used it on my job because I didn't have the confidence to have my own business. I didn't have the skill set to run my own business. I didn't have the education to run my own business. I didn't know enough about money. I couldn't even manage the money I was making on my job. So I wasn't going to risk that because I had kids I needed to take care of. I had a life that I had to live. And so I just couldn't risk that, especially having 2 kids, babies at that. So what happened was I was getting paid I think I used to get paid like $10 an hour. And I was only supposed to work 40 hours a week. I promise you, some weeks I used to work like 60 something hours, man. Some weeks I used to work 60 hours, 65, 70. I didn't care because that overtime was to the point that the administrator of the facility started asking questions like, what is this guy doing? To me, I was thinking, man, I need to make at least $1,000 a week because I had that in my mind. I think I was making like $400 a week before taxes. And I thought to myself, man, if I can make $1,000 a week, that means I have to work double. But I was trying my best to get to $1,000 a week. So I would do that if I was you. So back to my point. Number one, you're going to connect your dreams to your daily disciplines. You need to start with the wealth decision. You got to decide that you want to be financially free. Then you have to look at the dreams that you have or that you gave up, or you have to create new ones that are big enough to give you the excitement and the incentive to get back in the game. Next, you need to set goals. But when you set goals, what you're doing is putting your plans you're putting plans to your dreams, if that makes sense. So setting goals means that I'm taking my dreams and I'm mapping out a plan on how I can get to my dreams. So right now in my phone, right, I have in my notes, I have a whole note page just for my for my goals. So I got my ultimate goals for life. I have goals that go out maybe 15 years. I have goals for the year, personal goals, and I got organizational goals for the year, which, by the way, all this stuff that I'm talking about, I have this information in my course. I have a course on the power of goal setting. I've got templates for how to set your goals, how to schedule, how to set your action plans for the day, your action steps, how to track your successes. And I've got video training lessons on doing these things as well. That's all in my Millionaire Blueprint, by the way. So you need to set goals, and you have to put plans to your dreams. That's how you set a goal. And what kind of goals should you be setting? I think you should be setting ultimate goals for your life. Your ultimate goals should be at least 15 years out. At least 15 years. Your ultimate goal should be at least 15 years out, okay? You should also set personal goals for the year. Now, I know some people say you need to set short-term, mid-term, and long-term goals, but I don't really do that. I set goals for at least the next 15 years because remember, the reason why I set goals that far out because my goals are plans that I connected to my dreams. So I need something to get me excited. See, for me, 15 years from now, I'm a billionaire. I have a net worth of $1 billion at least. For me, 15 years from now, I have a jet, I might have a helicopter, I might have a yacht, I might have multiple properties around the world. I have a whole lot of things 15 years from now. So that gets me excited. I don't want to have all these layers and barriers. Like if you have, let's say, a 1-year goal, and you have a 15-year goal, you have enough here to stay focused on where you at right now for 12 months. But then you have enough to keep you excited about the bigger picture. I don't like having all these other goals in between because I know some people, they'll do 1 year, they'll do 3 year, they'll do 5 year, they'll do 7 year. Man, that's too much because to me, all these are just walls. These are walls. I can't even look at I can't even see 15 years because I got to keep jumping over this. Well, 1 year I'm going to have this. 3, I'm going to have that. That's good conceptually, but I don't need to see all this on no paper. I want to see where I'm going in 15 years. What do I want to be? I want to be a billionaire. I want it all. I want this, I want that, I want this, I want that. And I have about 9 or 10 things that make up my ultimate goal list. But then I have a 1-year goal for my personal life, and I have a 1-year goal for my organization. And then I just wake up every day and I start mapping daily disciplines to get these things done because I know if I get these things done this year, it's going to get me closer to where I'm going in 15 years, if that makes sense. Let's see here. Alex says, I'm wondering whether I should work towards a career skill first before starting businesses. I originally wanted to just be a software developer. If I did go into that field, I could use that too. Lucretia, how you doing, Lucretia? I would also add, Lucretia said, for Alex, stay connected with like-minded people, successful entrepreneurs to learn from. Kudos, Alex, for thinking about your dreams at 18 years old. She says you're already winning. You are absolutely right, Lucretia. This dude, 18 years old, on here having this conversation. Listen, when I was 18 years old, I wasn't even thinking about none of this. I was high somewhere, running the streets. So kudos to you. Probably was in jail at 18. So I'm definitely proud of you as well. He said, I'm rubbing elbows with a millionaire on a day-to-day basis. Our offices are next to each other. He owns a packaging company, among other things like a tire shop. So yeah, I definitely agree with what Lucretia was saying. You need to stay around people, but you got to educate yourself. You got to get educated. That's why I push and promote education so much. I am where I am primarily because of how I've educated myself and how I continue to educate myself every day. Every day I am in front of my computer, in front of my phone, in front of a book, in front of paperwork, reading, studying, watching content, educating, training, developing. And even when I'm in my office, my team is here every day. They're doing the same thing. They role play. Me and my wife do role playing together. Like, we work every day towards getting better, educated about money, about business, about entrepreneurship, about finances, about credit, about debt, about leverage, investing, wealth building. You got to get better at understanding these concepts and principles. It's all about education. And the more you educate yourself, the different your actions are. Because you can't operate above your knowledge, if that makes sense. You cannot operate above your knowledge. Tammy Palmer, she says, hello, I am 55 and my husband is 63. Where would we start at to start a business? I work full time and he is disabled. Where would you start at? Well, if you know, Tammy, that you want to start a business and that's the direction that you want to go while you work your job, I would say where you start at is starting the business. Like just getting your paperwork done, filing and forming your paperwork, and at least having an idea about what products and services you want to sell. That's how you start a business. So a business always starts with an idea. A business starts with an idea. So if you have an idea, you have to convert that idea into a product or service. Now, if you have an idea for a product or a service, you're either going to own the product and service because you have to create it, right? Or you're going to use the product and service because somebody else created it. So you don't always have to own the product and service that you have an idea to sell, but you at least have to use it. So that means if you have an idea like you do for a business, you say, I want to start a business. Now you need to think about, okay, what am I actually going to sell in my business? Is it a product? Is it a service? Is it both? All right. Once you identify with that based on your core competencies, based on what you think you like to do, what you feel like you have in your heart to give to the market and to the world, then you decide, okay, is this something that I'm going to own and create? Or is it something I'm just going to find somebody that has it and I'm going to use theirs? So that could be selling it and getting a commission. It could be affiliate marketing. It could be network marketing. It could be a licensing play, or it can just be connecting and partnering with somebody who you can use their products and services to monetize and make money. One of the two. All right. I would always do that. And then as you do that, now you have to think about, okay, how do I introduce these ideas? How do I introduce these ideas to the marketplace? This is where I would say you want to go ahead and start formulating a business, okay? Now, if I'm your consultant, if I'm your coach, if I'm giving you advice, I'm going to tell you to start your first LLC number one, and most likely I'm going to say that LLC number one needs to be your holding company, because that's like my philosophy for business. That's the concept that I use because I know how powerful and beneficial that concept is. So I would tell you to create LLC number one. If you don't know how to create LLC number one, we've got resources for you. We have online courses to teach you all the ins and outs of how to start a LLC, how to file and form your paperwork, how to obtain your EIN, and how to actually build it out. We have other corresponding and complementary courses as well to show you how to actually build a business infrastructure so that you can vet and filter your products and services. And so once you start the LLC number one and or LLC number two, whether it's just one or two, you're going to take products and services, drop them in the LLC, and now you're going to go out here and you're going to market. You're going to market to the world. Now, all of this is really a process that you have to educate yourself on. you have to learn, you have to get better at, but as you're educating yourself, learning and getting better at, you can start this process and start seeing some momentum. And so again, I've got courses in my signature program called the Millionaire Blueprint. It's a 1-year business and financial wealth building system, and I literally put it together to show you all the ins and outs. Like one of the main things that we do here at my company is we help people start, structure, so they can scale their businesses. Like, that's what we do. We can do that in our sleep, and we show you step by step how to start it, how to structure it, and how to scale it. So if you want access to those resources, to that information, whether it's the online training program we have called the Millionaire Blueprint, or whether it's our mentorship program, because you need me to coach you, you need me to work with you one-on-one, you need me to help you along the way, I would be more than happy to give you more information. Maybe we can answer a few questions that you have to help you go in the right direction, and we can get you started so that you can get trained, get educated, and put your business together and start moving it towards success. So all you have to do is text. I make it real easy for y'all on this show. All you have to do is text millionaire to 404-478-7213. And again, if you know this is what you need, at some point you got to go back to that first thing I told you to do. Make the wealth decision. I was on the phone with someone yesterday, and we were talking about them wanting to build their business out and really create a successful organization and sell products and services. And they were telling me all their ideas. And I told them, all of what you're saying is good. But if you don't know how to put it all together and make it make sense, at some point you have to make the decision and the commitment to get somebody to help you and get educated and trained on how to do it. And they were like, you know what, you're absolutely right. So I was like, okay, are you ready to rock and roll? You ready to join our program? You ready to get started? They was like, absolutely. It's just as simple as that. And most people, they don't make that decision because they feel like they can't afford to make the decision. But you can't afford not to make the decision. You can't afford not to make the decision. I would rather you text this word millionaire, we call you back, we take a look at what you want to do, give you some information, show you what you can do now to get to where you want to go. I would rather you do that, and then you say, you know what, I don't know how I can afford it, but I have to figure that out. And you at least give us an opportunity to work with you. The individual that I was talking to yesterday, they called, we called them back, they text, we corresponded, we got on the phone. And while we were on the phone, they were like, because I listened to you and I was willing to lean in and call you, I have learned certain creative ways to find money to finance my education. They actually created some strategies based on me telling them things to finance their education. And they have the confidence to know that it's gonna work, and they have the commitment to work it. So if you got the confidence that what you have as an idea can work, and even if you don't, if you just have the commitment to make a decision, then you just need to text millionaire to 404-478-7213. Listen, I have a hard appointment. I have to make it. And so I'm going to end a few minutes early, but I really appreciate all of you for joining the show today. Please put in the comments, what is your biggest takeaway from today's show? Did you learn a few things on how to connect your dreams to your daily disciplines? I want you to put something in the comments that you feel like is your big takeaway. I would love to know what that was. Okay. Thank you, Tammy, for asking the question that you asked and for responding. Alex, he said, I wish I knew more about your background. How long did it take for you to start seeing results in your first business? Oh my God. How long it took for me to start seeing results in my first business? Well, I started my entrepreneurial journey 19 years ago, really 20 years ago, in 2002, before I got married and moved up here. And when I started my first business in 2002, before I moved to Atlanta, I started making money like the same week because I was a hustler. I was able to, I was able and willing to go out there, knock on doors every day and find business because I had to eat. So when you're desperate, you're going to figure out a way to eat. I had to go out there and make money. I didn't have a job. So it was like I had some equipment. I went out there and knocked on doors. And when me and my wife got married 19 years ago and we decided that we was going to be full-time entrepreneurs, I did the same thing. I moved to Atlanta. We reached out to some people we knew and we asked them, did they have some opportunities or some doors for us to walk in? I was looking for some work and to do some business and connect and network. They made some calls and they gave me a couple opportunities, and I showed up and worked my butt off. And I've been doing that for the last 20 years. And so, like I said, I feel like I can wake up any day. I can go out there and pick cans and make $20 or $30 to go get me something to eat if I have to. So it's really just about the commitment. But one thing I did not have 20 years ago is I didn't have a coach. I didn't have the internet. I didn't have somebody teaching me. I didn't know about like online programs. They didn't really exist then. So I didn't have what I'm giving people today. And that's why I want to give that to people, because it can accelerate you. Like, you don't have to wait 20 years to get to where I am today. Not when you can know what I know like in 20 months. Think about it. You can literally get access to everything I know, learn it, and perfect it within 20 months, and it took me 20 years. I mean, it's just no comparison. So I appreciate all of you for joining. Put in the comments what your biggest takeaway was, and I will be back here seeing you tomorrow right here, 12 o'clock noon on the Ramonepreston.